Yo guys, what's going on? Sam here. Apple's October event. Can we believe we're talking about it already? Apple just had their September event a few weeks ago. The iPhone 11 and 11 Pro just came out a few days ago. Also the new Apple Watches. But I'm telling you guys, Apple has so much more up their sleeves. I actually didn't realize it until I was working on this video and came up with a list of like 5 or 6 things that Apple's still going to announce this year. I'm talking about a redesigned 16-inch MacBook Pro, a brand new set of AirPods, Apple Tile tracker tags, which are going to help us find things that we lose, new iPad Pros with the same design but triple camera setups on the back, just like the new iPhones, and even a 6th generation Apple TV, maybe even more, maybe a one more thing at this event. Apple has a lot that they've been working on. I want to break down the entire October event and when potentially I think it's going to be happening. If you guys are excited for that, as always, show me some love down below. I really appreciate it, and hit subscribe so you stay up to date on the latest Apple news. As always, I got to give credit where credit is due, so if you guys want to see the sources for all this info, I will leave them linked down below. Obviously, this is not my original stuff. I'm not making this up. This is from verified sources online that I trust and that have proven to be valuable and accurate in the past. So earlier this year, Apple already updated the MacBook Pro. The 13 and the 15-inch models got spec bumps, and they were marginally better than the generation before. But in the meantime, Apple's been working on something a bit bigger, a much larger, more impactful MacBook Pro upgrade that professionals have actually been asking for. It's going to have a redesigned, thinner bezel screen that measures in about 16 some odd inches diagonally. So it's going to be the biggest MacBook Pro since Apple killed off the MacBook Pro, the 17-inch version, a few years back. So it's going to have a ginormous screen on it compared to what we've had on the market for a while from Apple. It's going to look gorgeous, obviously. It's going to be Retina, inside faster processors, but Apple's heard our complaints. It's not just going to be a slightly better MacBook Pro. In addition to the redesign, Apple's also going back to a much more trusting and sturdy keyboard, because you know the keyboard issues have been a mess. Apple's had class action lawsuits filed about them. They've opened multiple repair programs, and now they're going back to the reliable scissor mechanism. The butterfly keyboard is dead. Apple rumored to be introducing the scissor mechanism again. It seems like this is the year that with the Mac Pro, Apple listened to professionals, and they may just be doing the same thing with the MacBook Pro. We have heard from every single person that has talked about rumors for the MacBook Pro that this is coming in 2019. Initially, we heard September. September is come and pretty much gone now. So October or November is when I think these machines are going to be coming out. And Apple announcing this as the headlining main product at an October event is perfect. Plus, Apple usually talks about Macs and iPads at October events. So on top of everything else, this lines up perfectly with what Apple has done historically. We're essentially right in the golden zone for when this MacBook Pro would be coming, if it's coming at all. I think a lot about what Apple talks about at this event is going to be pro themed because Apple likes to make you feel like you're a professional. I mean, there's nothing essentially pro about this iPhone except maybe the battery life, but Apple's calling it the iPhone Pro, and Apple's also going to be working on some other big Pro products. I believe second to the MacBook Pro, Apple will be introducing new triple camera iPad Pros. I have to laugh at this one because it just seems like Apple's running out of ideas here for the iPad line. It will have some tangible benefit. Obviously, you get a telephoto, a wide, and an ultra-wide lens. And I don't want to discount the fact that the new triple camera setups or dual camera setups on this year's iPhones aren't incredible. They are. They're really great. I just don't know if that's exactly the next step or next generation of technology that I was looking forward to on the iPad. I mean, an OLED screen would do wonders for me compared to a new camera setup on the back. But let me know what you guys think about that one down below. And don't worry, it's not only cameras. This year's iPads are going to be getting faster processors. I'm assuming the A13X because it's generally what Apple does, put the A13 or A series chip in this year's iPhones and then just add a bit more power, GPU, CPU performance, and call it the A whatever X. This year it's going to be the A13X, and it's going to boost the performance just a little bit over the A13 chip that we saw on this year's iPhones. This year's Apple TV is going to look and work the same. We're not expecting a redesign or anything major, but to help with Apple Arcade gaming and any other processor-heavy function that the Apple TV needs, we're looking at a new A12 chip. This comes courtesy of Never Released, a user who digs into Apple software over on Twitter, who not only confirmed the existence of a new model number for the Apple TV, but also the fact that it is going to indeed have an A12 processor inside. So if you're looking to buy an Apple TV, or honestly any of the products that I'm talking about, just wait a little bit longer. In about a month or so, all of this is going to be official. I would say these three things are definite. New MacBook Pro, new iPad Pros, new Apple TV, because Apple TV Plus is launching on November 1st. Like, these are things that I guarantee Apple's going to be talking about on stage. I have somewhat less confidence in AirPods 3 or AirPods Pro just because we've heard rumors come and go for these time and time again, but it would definitely fit perfectly in line with the pro feeling of this entire presentation. And I think there are people out there that aren't really happy with AirPods 2. They're looking for something a little bit more premium, a little bit higher quality, and that's exactly what AirPods Pro are set to be. With AirPods Pro launching potentially as soon as later in October, I think that Apple will continue to sell AirPods 2 for a number of reasons, because AirPods 3 aren't going to be AirPods for everybody. They're going to be on the higher end of things, not only with a definite higher price tag, but with features that Apple considers pro, even if objectively on paper, they're really small in the grand scheme of things. First thing, new matte black colorway. This has been rumored forever, and if there's one thing that Apple does to trick us and make us think that something is more premium or more pro, it's add a darker, blacker colorway, because for some reason we're like, oh yeah, that makes it pro now. The new matte finish on these will likely be identical to the iPhone 11 Pro models, which again adds more belief in the fact that these are going to be called AirPods Pro and not AirPods 3 replacing AirPods 2. We're also going to be getting some hardware features on the inside, potentially new health sensors like a heartbeat sensor. You could take your heartbeat using the AirPods inside of your ears. I also think personally like a thermometer function could be super cool. Measure your internal body temperature by putting your AirPods in. Although the thermometer is not confirmed, it's just something that I'd really like to see. But the big features for AirPods Pro are obviously not the color or the name. They are going to be what happens on the inside. The actual hardware is getting upgraded for improved bass response and noise cancellation. Noise cancellation being like the number one thing I think AirPods Pro users are looking forward to. Personally, I hate noise cancellation. I don't want to use that feature at all. I don't like feeling isolated from the world around me, but if you want that, then you're going to be paying a little bit more to get these professional versions of AirPods. These could also be the very first version of AirPods that Apple claims are actually water resistant, as far as advertising that as a feature. Again, Apple's pushing that with the new iPhone 11 Pro models this year. What would go perfectly with the iPhone 11 Pro? Well, AirPods Pro, that not only sound better and look better, but also are less likely to break when you drop them in a puddle. They might not be fully submergible, but at least if you're out in the rain, you don't have to worry about them like short circuiting or something like that. Although traditional AirPods 1 and 2, those are really water resistant as they are. But again, the details are still fuzzy. Will Apple announce these in October, just a few months after announcing AirPods 2, or will they wait until March 2020 when they're potentially holding another event then? It could go either way, but I think there's a good chance that they do launch in 2019. Wrapping up this list though, if there's one product that is going to change the way you use your Apple products, it is Bluetooth tile tracking tags. This is something that Apple has heavily leaked, either intentionally or unintentionally through software. You can see all these screenshots of how it's sort of going to look and work inside of the Find My app. There'll be a brand new tab for your Apple tile tracking tags, and they're going to be like tiles. You know, you put them on something. There'll be some cool AR features where you can point your phone around the room, and AR and Bluetooth will like find the tag, and then a little red balloon will pop up or show you how close you are to the item you lost. It's a cool idea. It'll probably use the entire Apple network to find your tag, so it'll be a million times bigger probably than Tile's tracking network, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think this is going to be that big of a product. I might buy one to try it out, but I'm not genuinely looking forward to it. I'm not going to feign that excitement for you guys. Like, at the end of the day, it's a Bluetooth tile tracker. I don't really care if Apple makes one. Finally, Apple will likely also talk about the Mac Pro, because Apple said that was coming in fall of 2019. And as of 2 days ago, guys, on September 23rd, 2019, here in the United States, as you can tell by my fall colors, it is officially fall. So the Mac Pro is due out. That's the $6,000 machine, and the new Pro XDR display also on the way. I think Apple's going to be talking in more detail than they ever have before about those machines as well, and also when you can order them, like the exact release date. We also know Apple's been working on augmented reality glasses. I think Bose has had somehow. They're definitely going to be either a trend that sticks or a trend that doesn't, and Apple's been working on their own versions. So potentially in a one more thing section of this event, Apple could give us a very small preview of their work on these AR glasses, or they'll just wait until 20 or 21 when they're set to come out to actually give us all the details or the full official reveal. Now, as for the potential dates, I think it could be any one of these four, either the 22nd, 24th, 29th, or 31st of October. Apple has never done one early in October that I know about, just because it'd be so close to their September event, so they like to give the air a little time inside of Cupertino and do it a little bit later in the month. So these are my top picks. Nobody's given us an exact or official date just yet, but of course, I'll let you guys know as soon as Apple confirms this. But I think any one of these dates is as good as the other. So to sum up this Apple event, we're going to be seeing redesigned MacBook Pros, new iPad Pros with triple camera setups, a new Apple TV, and potentially AirPods Pro that are going to cost an exorbitant amount of money. If you guys are excited for this event, let me know down below. Hit like if you enjoyed this video or you learned something new, and hit subscribe if you want to stay up to date for all the latest Apple news. I've been Sam. Thank you guys for so much for watching. Thank you for watching. Can't do this outro. Thank you guys. You rock. And I'll catch all of you in my next one. I got class in about 2 minutes that I got to run to, so see you later.